So what is blocking your creative energy? It's analysis paralysis, but this could also be trying to look at things from a new perspective or different perspective, really doubting your perspective, doubting that crown chakra, that third eye chakra energy, really doubting that you can move forward. But it looks like this is a choice. Like this is really a choice to stay blocked because it feels safe. Hey guys, it's Francisca and welcome. This is a second video in the three-part series on unblocking your creative energy. So in today's video, I'm going to go over some tarot spreads that you can use to help you unblock your creative energy. And in the first tarot spread, I got the questions directly from Julia Cameron's The Artist Way. So if you watch the first video in this series, you'll know that I referenced Julia Cameron's book, The Artist Way. And in the book, she talks about creative U-turns. And so creative U-turns are when you basically take a U-turn on a creative project. So it's like self-sabotage. So I thought the creative U-turns tarot spread would be the best way to start off this video, because the first video in this series was a creative U-turn of my own. I actually recorded that video twice. I edited one of those videos and I got all the way almost to sending that out in a newsletter, and I even had the descriptions written out for it and everything. But I sabotaged myself because I was like, this video's no good. The quality is really bad. Like my face is really shiny, and I found all these reasons because I was really fucking scared to release that video. And 11 months later, when I go back and look at the video, it's perfectly fine. Like there was nothing wrong with it, but I sabotaged myself because I just didn't feel like it was good enough to put out. I felt like I wasn't good enough to put a video on creativity out. So tarot spreads, I believe, are a really great way to ask for help from either the universe or from yourself, because there's information that you can get from the tarot cards or oracle decks that sometimes it's hard for us to access. And I feel like what a tarot spread or an oracle spread does is helps us to look at or have something tangible to look at, like in a card with imagery, and to spark our subconscious mind, to get ourselves thinking and bring it to the logical mind so that we can actually understand and have something to grasp on with an image or with some words or with whatever thoughts that stir up in a reading or in a in a tarot or oracle spread or reading. The second tarot spread I have for you is a creative unblocking spread. And then the third spread that I have for you is a creative permission spread. So if you have an oracle or tarot deck at home, these are really great spreads for you to ask your tarot or your oracle deck what may be blocking you, how you may have been affected by a creative U-turn, or how you can give yourself permission to be creative again if you've lost that creative spirit. If you don't have an oracle or tarot deck at home, you can use these questions to journal with, because these are really great journal prompts to kind of help you get into a little bit deeper of the reason that you may be blocked creatively. Also, I'll be doing a mini reading with each of these tarot spreads. Plus, I'll leave a link in the description box below that'll take you over to the resources page on my website. There you can access this tarot spread and other tarot spreads that I have available for you. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first tarot spread for you I have is the creative U-turn spread. This tarot spread has 5 questions, and those questions are: what fears do I have about this project? What resentments do I have about this project? What anger do I have about this project? What do I gain by not going forward with this project? And what can help me navigate away from this creative U-turn? So again, there are 5 questions. So fears, resentments, anger, what do I gain about not going forward with this creative project? And What will help me navigate away from this creative U-turn? Oh, I love this reading. Okay, so what fears might you have about the project that you're taking a creative U-turn from? The 10 of Wands, feeling like it's too much pressure, feeling like there is too much to do, like you've got a lot on your plate, you have to carry it all on your own, feeling like it's too much. So there's this fear of it being too much, too heavy, too much of a load, maybe too much of a load for you to take right now. Maybe there's other things that you have going on in life that really supersede this project. What resentments do you have about the project? Temperance, you may have a resentment against balancing your work life, energy, balancing the energy of doing too much or doing too little. Like there's a fear, or sorry, a resentment about, feeling again that it feels like you feel like you do too much. What anger do you have about this project? That it won't be fruitful? That you won't get compensated the way you think you should? That it won't bring anything about, like that it won't bring this independence that you're really wanting, it won't bring the stability that you're hoping or feeling like it could bring? What do you gain by not going forward with this project? By not going forward with the project, you're able to celebrate who you are right now in this moment. And that's okay. Like, you should be able to celebrate who you are in this moment, but it also feels like you gain the ability to be stable right now with what you are, because especially if you feel like you're carrying too many things on your back, especially if you feel like things are not balanced, like you're not in moderation with things, especially if you feel like it's not going to be financially fruitful, you feel like you're gaining. What do you gain from not doing this project? The ability to stay the way things are and not moving forward. What's going to help you navigate away from this creative U-turn? Celebrate yourself. I mean, you've done harder things. If this is something that you really want to do, if this is something that is in your heart to do, then you really have to find a way to celebrate all of your wins. Celebrate beginning the project. Celebrate thinking about the project. Celebrate, having the initial steps to have done the project. And then later on, what you'll really feel is this freeness, this availability of self, this availability of your creative self, this availability of this fiery energy that you have, that you're able to celebrate, because it's really taking a toll on you in some ways to not create this. It's really taking a lot of energetic space in your body, in your mind. I feel like it also happens to be in your body because at the middle of the spread, the fears or the anger that you feel about this project is not feeling like it's stabilizing or grounding or actually bringing those material things to you. And we need the material, right? We need those things that stabilize us. We need the financial stability, but finding a way, because it just feels like it's taking too much time for you to do this creative project, and that's why you're probably staying away from it. And it's time that you really don't have because other things require your attention, other people, other projects, other responsibilities, all the things. But there's ways to ask for help. There's ways to kind of get yourself, just 5 minutes of a break. There's ways to really reorganize yourself and your life so that if this is really important to you, that you take those steps, because really what's going to help you navigate away from those creative U-turns is celebrating yourself, celebrating those small wins, so that you can move forward with this project if it's something that you really want to do. So the second tarot spread, I'm going to be mixing the Light Seers deck with Chris Ann's Sacred Creator deck. So this is a really good deck for creativity, but also for business stuff that might be coming up. And some of the cards just flew out, so let's see. Put them back in and let's see if that is supposed to be in your reading. So for the first question is, what is blocking my creative energy? The second question, what chakra should I nurture at this time to help activate my creative spirit? The third question is, what will help me open my creative flow? I'm going to use Chris Ann's card for that. And how can I better focus my creative energy? I'm going to use another Chris Ann's card. And then what is the guidance from source? So one of my favorite questions to ask is, what is the guidance from source? All right, so I love this because what will help me open the creative flow is you, the muse. This is a really great card. I love this card, you, the muse. So I'll read a small excerpt from the book really quickly. And if you're on my newsletter or my email list, then you'll get the full reading because it's a lot to go through and read. What's going to help you open your creative flow? Finding your rhythm, showing off your talents and your light, creative inspiration, embodying your creator spirit, playful abandon, fertility, abundance, nurturing your projects and your people, trusting the inspiration process. It's time for you to fully embody your own variety of creativity and light and to become a bona fide muse. Living in inspiration is a lifestyle choice that you can make. Muse is infectious, radiant, luminous, bright. When was the last time you felt this way? Surround yourself with things, work, and people that inspire you and step into your role as the muse of your own life. Again, the full reading is going to be in my email that I send out every Friday. All right, how can I better focus my creative flow or my creative energy? Bliss is worth creating from. I love that. And so I'm going to read again a small portion of this from the guidebook. And so again, how can I better focus my creative energy? So the essential meaning for this is in flow with the universe, joy, passionately creating, being on purpose, offering your heart, finding the things that make your heart sing, manifesting more bliss by calling it into your life now. So then it says, bliss attracts bliss. When you decide to live with bliss in your heart, you call in more of the good stuff in life. This is manifestation 101. And rather conveniently, bliss is the end game and the vehicle to take you there. Tap into it and it can power your dreams. Find it daily and you've got badass success strategy. Think about it. Wouldn't bliss help you to build things a lot quicker? Wouldn't your dream feel a whole lot closer and way more possible if you remembered that you had bliss on tap whenever you needed it? Ooh, that's really great. Okay, so what is blocking your creative energy? It's analysis paralysis, but this could also be trying to look at things from a new perspective or different perspective, really doubting your perspective, doubting that crown chakra, that third eye chakra energy, really doubting that you can move forward. But it looks like this is a choice. Like this is really a choice to stay blocked because it feels safe. What chakra should you nurture at this time? You should really nurture the root chakra. And I mentioned this in the video before, but we really need to feel safe in order to create. So the Three of Pentacles is all about networking and really bringing in that spirit of collaboration. But it's hard to feel like you're able to collaborate if you don't feel safe. So you really need to nurture the root chakra, because once you feel safe and stabilized, then you can really access those insights and downloads and your perception. You're really able to access and really feel safe to create, to activate the sacral chakra, to activate that part of you that really lives in the creative and passionate state, that's able to process emotions. And then you're able to take the action with the solar plexus chakra. You're able to see how things harmonize with the heart chakra. You're able to express yourself with the throat chakra. You're able to perceive things a little bit more accurately, and you're able to take the downloads and be able to take the action for that. So what is the guidance from source? The guidance the guidance from source is to look at your subconscious. Really pay attention to those things that that feel like they're kind of floating in the ethers. Really pay attention to those dreams that you might be having. Really pay attention and nurture your subconscious, nurture yourself. Really pay attention to what it is that you're thinking about your creative energy. The fears that you may have around the creative energy, the fears that subconsciously keep you in these old ways of thinking, this old pattern of whatever that might be, whatever these losses that you might have had in the past with creative projects. Really nurture that creative subconscious self, because it is by nurturing the creative subconscious self that you'll be able to feel safe. You'll be able to move forward and look at things in a new light. You'll be able to be your own muse, and you'll be able to remember that bliss is worth creating for, from, and for, or from, for, and for. So that is the second tarot spread for you, the Creative Blocks Tarot spread. Okay, so the last tarot spread is the Creative Permissions Tarot spread. So they'll be mixing the Chris Ann's tarot deck along with Kyle Gray's Angel Guide. So this one has 5 questions too, and those questions are: what core negative beliefs should I examine? How can I reframe them? How can I protect my artist child? What are some baby steps I can take to engage my creative spirit? And what is the guidance from the great creator? So let's see what we got. All right, I see. All right, what core negative beliefs should I examine? Feeling like you're going to be taken advantage of, feeling like somebody's going to steal your idea, feeling like your idea is not, or maybe that you're stealing somebody else's idea, feeling like your idea is not original. There may be some stuff with originality that is just really coming up really big, like other people have done this before, like, who am I to do this? It's been done before, and I'm stealing other people's ideas. How can you reframe them? Sacred plan. There is a sacred plan for you and your goodness. There's a sacred plan for you and your goodness. You are supposed to be doing the things that you're doing. You are supposed to. You're here for a reason, and that reason is very, very important. And who you are as a person is somebody who's able to give people the information that you have in a way that they're not able to understand otherwise. And so I'm going to read a small bit of this. This card doesn't represent the plan that God has for your life, more the plan that comes to fruition based on your intentions and your higher good. You have been given an incredible gift of free will, and therefore your thoughts, deeds, actions, and intentions are in some way going out into the universe and curating the experiences, opportunities, and energies that are flowing in and out of your life. When this card appears, you are being encouraged to move into a state of surrender where you recognize that yes, your intentions have an impact on the creation of your life, but how those intentions unfold are not down to you, but in the hands of God. Very, very interesting. All right. So how can you protect your inner child? This Queen of Wands energy is really asking you to nurture yourself, nurture that inner creative spirit, really nurture yourself, and really allow yourself to play, but also to rest. When you see the Queen of Wands, a lot of people may not associate the Queen of Wands with rest, but the Queen of Wands is somebody whose energy is very, very nurturing, also very creative, very warm, and somebody who's able to kind of use her creative energy to kind of bring people in together, to use that fiery energy that she has to stoke the fires at home. And in order to be able to do that, you have to take care of yourself. You have to really rest too. And so how can you protect yourself? Again, nurture yourself really, and also do those things that light you up, light that fire inside of you up. If you're somebody that's been told either you're too much, or you're too loud, or you're not loud enough, or you're maybe a smarty pants, there's a lot of too much and not enoughness in this reading and in this card that I'm really feeling. What baby steps can I take to engage or energize my creative spirit? This card came up again. It was in the first tarot spread. Really celebrating yourself, celebrating those small wins, really celebrating yourself when you're taking those baby steps, really taking care to build a foundation too, because fours are about foundational stuff, feeling secure and safe. Again, there's this wands energy, this creative energy, this action-oriented energy, celebrating those people that celebrate you, really, you know, celebrating with those people, because it feels like you've also been through a lot, like you've taken creative steps before, and maybe they didn't turn out the way that you wanted them to. Maybe you didn't fulfill them. Maybe there was something in you that felt like you couldn't, because there was, you know, this wasn't in our original idea. Other people have done it before. You know, who are you to say these things, or who are you to write this book? Who are you to write these words? Who are you to do this art, to show your art to the world? You have other things you could be doing with your time, but remember, there is a sacred plan for you. And also, what is the guidance from the great creator? Learning experience. So there is a learning experience available for you from this this creative venture that you're either wanting to partake in, or you're wanting to be a part of. Really, there is this sense of there's something that you need to learn. So here's part of what's in the guidebook. You've dedicated a lot of your time, energy, and effort into understanding yourself in the world, and you've had many experiences recently that have been great teachers. Even though not everything has been easy or perfect, there has been a positive in it, that you've come to understand yourself, your gifts, and your abilities better than ever. You're deeply connected to who you are and what you stand for and what's important in life. When this card appears for you, angels are acknowledging the challenges and obstacles that you've surmounted recently. Although it may have been a difficult time for you, your faith and inner strength have increased. Know that the cloud has a silver lining, and that you have moved beyond the feeling of being stuck or unsupported. That's really great. So yeah, so that is your Creative Permission Tarot spread. So I'll share a meditation with you next week for the last installment of this 3-part series in helping you unblock your creative energy. I'd love to hear from you. Be sure to let me know which one of these tarot spreads you enjoyed the most, or which one ignited some of that creative energy for you. That's it for this time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.